Hello, this is Daniel and welcome to part 14 of the character modeling tutorial. So it's time for the hands, and because we don't have any good references, we'll try to do that without any of them. So I will change to layer 2 and start with a new object, a cube. I'm going to do separately because the hand, I don't want to be bound to everything surrounding it, like the arm and such. The only thing I'm going to take a note of is that this here has 8 vertices. Oh no, it has not. Well, that is a problem here. You see, this is an 11, and that means we'll not be able to close this entire thing without any quads, which is really troublesome. That means we have to remove one loop somewhere here, which is not really possible. Then we'll have to add another one. Let me just check on a few things. Yeah, so we really didn't notice here. Okay, let's split this up and hopefully we'll be able to fill this again without getting much trouble from it. Oh, be careful there. Okay, now let's smooth things again, and if everything goes well, we should almost have no changes visible at all. Well, that went perfectly fine. Now we have 12 vertices here, and that's the important thing to keep in mind, because we now need to create a hand that has 12 vertices at the arm. So that means basically, let's delete these faces for a moment. We will subdivide this with 2 cuts and delete this. So now we have 12 vertices. And this is where our arm starts. Now I will now create a circle with 6 vertices, and I will try to imagine how the hand looks in my head and position this ring at the beginning of each finger, which is really not easy. And of course the pinky finger is a bit smaller. Let's try it like this. Now to connect these fingers, all I would suggest to do is connecting them like this and giving each of these a loop cut and moving those a bit backwards. So now let's connect. Okay, now as for the hand, I'm really not going to care anymore about triangles, because I don't want to go to high resolution with the hand, and I also don't I don't want to risk losing control of the object. So here I'm really going to use purposely some triangles. Now connect these like this. Oh, sorry. That's what you want to do. And then do the very same thing on all of these. So that shouldn't take too long. Just like this. Oh. And like that. And then you can connect these and these ones. Subdivide them, move these a bit back, and fill these areas up. Now that's by the way the top of our hand up here. So let's continue our work. I will now extrude this 2 times into this direction, and over here I'll model it like this. It's really hard for me to explain what I'm doing here. Sorry for that. I mean, you know, I just try to imagine the hand in my head, and then I simply try to model it. So there is the only thing I have to I'm really concentrating about is trying to make all these things fit together with quads without having extremely bad topology. So that should be alright. Now as for here, yeah, because here we need many polygons and here we need less, so I'm going to use things like this to reduce the amount of polys we have at the end with this quad here. So, and these should connect to here. Alright, yeah, and then of course close it up again on this side. Let me just think if that's good. Actually, let's split it up here as well, just as we did over there. And then let's move down here. That will give us a nice starting point anyways for the fingers. Now I will take this entire loop and move it a bit up in proportional editing mode to give the hand its curvature. Alright, and then let's connect it to here, just to make sure we won't lose this. Now we'll continue with the lower half of the hand. That is really tough work. Okay, now I think I'll do this. So I need here a bit more detail again for a little bump that's in the hand. So I'm going to get myself that detail in like this and fill it up again. I really think what you should do if you really want to model characters, just once take your time and model a good hand, you know, like just get drawings of a hand and just concentrate on getting the hand right. And then whenever you model a character, just use that. Because you really don't want to do it like this every time. That is a mess. Or no, it's not, but you know, it's just, you'll get better results if you have more quality parts in your model, and because you don't want to spend endless of time doing that, just do it once properly and then always use it. Of course, that doesn't mean you shouldn't practice it or anything. I mean, if you want to get good at 3D modeling, yeah, then go for it and do it properly. But that's just about getting to a result that is quite good, but won't take you too much effort. Now, this is again a bit troublesome. Let's see. Yeah, alright, I think I know again what I wanted to do. So, Yeah, that should do the job. So this is the basic structure for down here. Let's repeat this step a couple of times for this area here. And always be careful not to select the wrong vertices, of course. Seems like this is going to be probably one of the hardest parts of this series. Or at least that's how it seems to me. But I think we're going to get this done properly to the end. It will look okay, I think. Alright, now let's see. We need to fill up these this area here now. I'll just adjust a few edges here and then extrude this one to here, and I'll fill this up very simply with a grid. And let me check very quick where this loop will end later on. So it should then merge into this loop here, if I'm not wrong. That should match. Let's just do the subdivisions here and see if we can connect it without trouble. Seems like we need more cuts. So you see, this is well, you know, we still need to connect these together in the end, because we don't want to have a spiral thing going on in the mesh. So we'll have just to find a solution for here. Let's check very quick how we solved it here. We should be able to apply it here as well. Yeah, that is good. Let's do it like that. Okay, that's fine. Good enough. Now, of course, I will smooth this again just to get the structure better, and it should look like the inside of a hand after all. Now our thumb is going to be here, and this is closed already, so that's good. Yeah, let's just close the area here as well, which is again not very easy because we have here more than here amount of vertices. But we can again use similar tricks to the ones we used above to get to the same count. Yeah, so now we have that. Now let's first do another one, and then again this one. And to close this, let's get rid of this once again. Well, let's not forget that there is actually the thumb going in here. Let's start doing that now. So actually the only triangles we used in the end are here, and as you can see, we could make these quads, but the reason why I decided to go for triangles here is because the automatic triangulation would probably set the triangles the other way around, which is something we want to avoid at any cost. So it's a good thing we use triangles here. Okay, so this is where the thumb starts. So we're going to make this 6 poly circle again. So if you imagine that this is where the thumb starts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's close it here. And let's say this is the base for our thumb. Alright, and then let's try to fix this area again. I hate how easy it looks sometimes, the hands. I mean, it's just, you can simplify it very easily into a box and just a few cylinders, but in the end, when you model it, it's quite a hard task because of the problem you have with the detail very close to the rather rough arm. So that should do the job. Of course, we'll later on smooth this entire part with subdivision surface modifier, but now we can get to the fingers. So each we'll just try to do this. Sorry that I'm talking so slowly and stuff. I just have to concentrate a lot on this myself so that I'm able to create this properly. So thumb goes like this approximately. I really hope you'll be able to copy that. And as I said, you can really just get some images of hands and do it in another way. The only thing you will need to do is make sure that it fits onto the arm, which will be 12 vertices. Oh, by the way, did I say polygon circles? I think I said that. Sorry about that. That is something it's a bad habit of mine. A while ago I mistook vertices with polygons, and I thought that a polygon was a point, but that's not the case. So actually I should have said a circle with a certain amount of sorry, I did it again. With vertices, not polygons. Polygons are the faces. You know, this is a face or a polygon, and this is a vertex or a point. Yeah, so in case you were wondering about why I said it like that, it's just a bad habit of mine that I cannot get rid of so easily. So we are almost done now. Just need to create the fingers, which should be rather fast done as soon as we have one finger. Good. Now that is way too long, because once one finger looks good, we can simply copy and paste it and modify it just a little bit to make it look a bit better. Let's actually go ahead and add a subdivision surface modifier and smooth it and recalculate the normals, because we'll smooth it later on as well, so why not view it the way it will look like later on. So don't go too crazy about the detail on the fingers, especially with this stylized character, because it will just look awful if you really try to model every bump. If it's too realistic, it will look bad on this character. That much I know from my experience with it. And also you might want to keep in mind that depending on what you plan to use this character for, you'll need to make the hands differently. So right now I'm creating this hand with the goal to I mean, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with this character actually, but originally the idea was to make it 3D printable. So, or that's how, in which context I learned doing this. And you have to think of the fingers as 1 millimeter thick plastic pieces, and you will never be able to see any difference if there is a nail on your finger or not. So there's really no reason at all for modeling more details than that in this situation. But depending on if you want to use this for an animation or for something else where maybe the character is going to pick up something with this hand, you might need more detail. Just keep that in mind as well. I mean, it is already quite good, and especially when you apply the subdivision surface to it, you have quite a lot of detail to play around with, but still keep that in mind. Now, how do we connect this again? All right. So basically we'll have to bridge these, I guess. Okay, and then fix this generated this generated faces here. That is quite a long part of this tutorial actually. I should have split it up into two. Well, anyways, I hope you will be able to keep up with it, even though this was, I admit, it was quite fast. Yeah, but I think you'll be alright, since since I'm not telling so many details about what I click and the keys I use and everything, this is not a very good tutorial for beginners anyways. So I guess most of you who are still there do know about Blender a lot anyways. So it should be alright. Just try to learn from what I'm trying to tell you, I guess. Yeah, but we are getting close to what we want. Looks not too bad actually. Well, that looks bad now. Well, you know, these kind of things are, again, as I mentioned in almost every part already, just a matter of how much you play around with it. In general, I don't think it is... the entire thing about 3D modeling is just how much patience you have to stick with it and how long you can endure it to see your model not being very good yet. Because in the end, normally it looks pretty good. You just need to stick with it and continue to improve it. See, so we have our hand now, and I know this was a very long video, but let's very quickly attach this hand now to the body. So with M, I'm going to move it to the first layer, and then in edit mode, I'll move it here. Be careful not to, you know, put the left hand onto the right side or something, because you don't want the thumb to look into the wrong direction. So the hand goes here. Oh. Then join this object into this one with Control J and bridge these edges. Last thing we're going to do is fixing this bridge. We can add another loop here to detail. Ooh, that looks horrible. Yeah, let's add some volume to this part of the hand and let's smooth this one. Okay, that looks still a bit weird, but you know, I'm not going to make this video any longer now. I'm actually, I will, while not recording, fix this. It will take quite a while, but you know, the structure is there. All you have to do from here on is moving polygons around and yeah, you know, just fix the shape in any way you like. Other than that, you see we have the entire body done by now, after about 3 hours or so, or at least this is how long it took me. If I upload one video a day, you should be done with this after 2 weeks, I guess, since this is the 14th part. I hope you enjoyed everything so far. We're going to continue this series with stuff as clothes and hair and things like that. Thank you for watching as always, and I hope to see you in the next part.